Hello and welcome to today's class. We're going to start off with one of my favorite exercises, which is the good old lunge. So I'm going to take my right foot forward, left foot is going to be back, and I'm just going to shimmy back far enough so that my front knee, my right knee is over my front heel as opposed to too far over the toes. So I'm going to just shimmy back a little bit more, dropping down. So this is, oh, I'll just fall over. I haven't even begun, I'm already falling over. Okay, so let's try that again. This is the start position. It's down into a sort of lunge already with this knee trying to drop down towards the floor, so we're sort of in 90-ish degree angles. And I'm just going to place my hands just on my hips here, just so that I'm aware of what's happening with my pelvis. So I've got a little bit of a tuck of the tailbone, which means I get a bit of a stretch into this hip flexor as well. And just remember to relax the shoulders. So I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to lower my knee down to the floor. You can touch if you like or just hover above. And then breathe out. Push into this front heel and coming up. Let's go again. Breathing in to lower and breathing out to come up. And every time I breathe out to come up, I'm also drawing the belly button into my spine. Coming down and coming up. Good, good, good. Breathing in and breathing out. Try and relax your front toes if you can. It's very easy to have this sort of like death grip with the toes on the floor, like a claw. Try and relax them. Very normal to start to feel this guy kicking in a lot through the hip flexor, maybe down the quad into the knee. If that's happening, shimmy forward a little bit more so it's not quite so much of a stretch, and think a little bit more about pushing down into that heel. Good. So the knee over the heel is what we want for the glute. Activation. Let's go for 3 more just like so. Last 3. Last 2. Now last time you're going to come down, holding here. So if you haven't felt the glute already, we're hopefully going to really bring it into play now. I'm going to lean forward over this front leg like so. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, and then I'm going to come back with my weight. And again, coming forward and coming back. As I come forward, I can really feel this guy start to stabilize. Coming forward and coming back. Nice. Coming forward and coming back. Let's go for just 3 more like so. Last 3. Good, good, good. Last 2. Okay, last time I'm going to come over here. Holding here, I'm going to lift this heel up and then lower it down. And again, I'm going to breathe out to lift and breathe in to lower. Just try and keep your head up on just a nice long lengthened angle, so you're not letting it fall down towards the floor. Good. Breathe out, lift, really engage here and lower. Let's go for 5 and 4. Good, good, good. Hello glute. 3. Last 2. Last one we're going to hold up here. Holding here, I'm just going to pulse this knee down to the floor for 10, 9, 8. Relax the shoulders. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And wow, coming up. Whew, okay. Have a little bit of a shake out through the legs. Hopefully not too much of the supporting calf got involved there. Hopefully it was more just feeling it through the ankle stability going on, and then up into the glute as well, stabilizing. If you need to have a little bit of a stretch out through here, we're just going to go for a bit of a circle for that side, and you can also bring the heel towards your butt. A little bit of a tuck of the pelvis and get that lengthening out through here, stretching out through the hip and the thigh. Okay, we know what's happening now. The other side. So, other foot comes forward. Just wiggling this foot backwards. Balance may be better on one side. Hopefully I don't fall over again before we even begin. Okay, so sitting up in that same position. So my weight is a little bit back, and I've got a decent space between the legs so that this knee can be over the heel. Right, here we go. We're going to breathe in as we drop down, breathe out as we come up. And again, breathing in to drop and breathing out to come up. And as you can see, I'm not coming up all the way. There's always some degree of bend to that front leg, which is keeping everything working. Coming down and coming up. Nice. Coming down and coming up. Perfect. Down and up. Breathing Going in and breathing out, keeping relaxed through the shoulders and through the chest. Fantastic. Okay, and again for me I can feel a little bit of hip flexor, which is fine to have the stretch, but if it starts to dominate, remember you can just bring it in just a little bit more and really try and press through this heel. I could probably move my foot forward a tiny bit. So again, it's just becoming aware of where your body is in space and whether everything's lined up. Let's go for 2 more like so. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, last time, I'm going to just hover about here. I'm going to breathe in. On the breath out, I'm coming forward over that front leg, using this guide to stabilize. And then I'm coming back. And again, coming forward, reaching, and then coming back. And again, coming forward and coming back. I'm trying to relax through my front toes as well, if I can. Coming forward and coming back. Okay, I'm going for another 4. Good. Try and keep this leg on the same angle. Last 3. Maybe drop it down a little bit more. Last 2. Okay, I'm going to come forward. I'm going to try and stay here as I lift my front heel up and then lower down. And again, breathe out to lift and breathe into lower. And again, breathing out to lift and breathing into lower. And it's going right up into here, which is just fantastic. Let's go for 4, 3, still breathing. Last 2, engaging those abs. Last 1, holding out, pulsing the knee down for 10, 9, 8, breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, coming up. Okay, so I am just going to circle through this leg. Still fit a little bit stiff. And then I'm just going to bring that heel to my butt, a little bit of a tuck. Get a little bit of balance, standing on one leg as well, added bonus. And then just releasing out of there, having a little jiggle, because why not? Right, okay. Coming to the back of the mat, ready for our roll downs. Hands are just going to be down by our side, shoulders are relaxed, breathing in, and on the breath out, chin to chest, rolling those shoulders forward, and down we come, really relaxing the head to the floor. Good. Opening through this lower back if you can. Breathing in and on the breath out, slowly coming all the way up, restacking. I'm pushing through my heels. I'm feeling the inner thighs also engage, which is just fantastic. And I'm going to roll my shoulders back and down. And again, here we go, chin to chest, rolling the shoulders forward, coming down. Nice, just holding at the bottom. Breathing in and on the breath out, slowly coming up. Good. A little bit of a tuck as I roll those shoulders. Okay, third time. We know what's happening on the third time, something different. And normally it means going out to a plank. So I'm not going to disappoint you in your expectations. We're going to go out into a plank. So breathe in, on the breath out, shoulders coming forward, down we come. Remember, there's all the variations you can go to for the plank if you need to. Otherwise, we're going to walk the hands out and find our full plank. Hands under shoulders. Okay, I've dropped my hips so I'm nice and aligned in the plank with my spine, head is long. So this little exercise is going to involve a bit of crossing over, so we engage through the obliques. If you need to though, just come back into this position and hold, or you can drop your knees, or you can come to your forearms, etc. Right, I'm going to cross this foot over. It's a bit weird, bit of a weird cross. It might be easy for you to see when I do the other side, just like so. So it's a bent leg, and then putting it down. And the trick here is to try and keep my pelvis nice and still, or as still as possible. So as I twist like so, I'm not kind of actually adjusting like that. At the moment, it's just keeping everything still and just isolating with the leg and then coming back. And again, coming forward and coming back. I want you to draw your belly button into your spine every time you move the leg forward. Good. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Let's go for 6 and 5. Last 4. last 3, last 2. Okay, last time, holding into the plank position, holding here. I'm going to drop my knees to the floor like so, and I'm going to breathe out, lift them up. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Just being aware of your shoulders and the arms, not locking out through the elbows. Belly button in. Let's go for 5. Good. And 4. Head is long. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Okay, last time. Just go for a little bit of a hold for me. If you need to drop down to your forearms, you can. Holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Belly button in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo. Dropping the knees, lengthening the arms out in front. Let the head come down. And just breathing here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Nice stuff. Okay, and then just coming up. This time we're going to be in our 4-point kneeling position. So knees are going to be under hips, head is nice and long, a little bit of softness in those elbows. I'm going to just tuck my toes like so, and I'm going to lift my knees up off the floor. Okay, from here I'm just going to extend one leg out, tucking the toes on the floor and coming in. Other side, breathing out and breathing in. Like before, when you move the leg, try and keep the hips nice and still, and you're sending the belly button just through to the spine. Good. Let's go out and in. We're going out and in. Let's go for 5 and 4. Good. 3, maybe a bit of a squeeze of the butt as well. 2. Now last time, you're going to take the leg out. Can you bring your weight forward a little bit more of your hands so you can lift this leg? And we're going to do some pulses up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing it in. Same thing other side. Extend the leg, weight forward, and pulsing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in and coming down. And we'll just have a little bit of a stretch out through the wrists there. Lovely. Just circling those wrists around, pulling back with the fingers, and a little bit of a shimmy through those shoulders. Okay, we're going to do one more sort of upper body weight bearing set. So hopefully your wrists are okay. It is a push-up related set. So with the push-ups, like the planks, if you need to take a break or you need to drop down or adjust, please do. Remember with push-ups, the wider your base is in general, the easier it will be because you've got the stronger foundation to work with. So if you want to make it harder, normally, the options include things like making it narrower. And it's the same with your arms. You know, when you're going to go like this, up and down, it feels a lot easier than when you do the triceps and the elbows are in by your side. Everyone's like, myself included. So just remember that as a general rule if you need to make some adjustments. Okay, so you're welcome to do this up on your toes or on your knees. If you're just beginning to do push-ups, you can also do this in 4-point. Obviously in 4-point, it's definitely not the same as doing it on your knee, with a diagonal. I don't know what this is. Don't do it like that at all. It's definitely different doing it here than it is to doing it with your hips forward. But if you need to take the core kind of element out of it because your back is just taking too much of the load and you want to focus on the arms, then 4-point is great. You can do all sorts of positions just with 4-point. I want you to think about sort of kissing the emperor's feet, you know, that sort of image, coming down. I don't know where that came from, but coming down, so it's like you're bowing and coming up as opposed to kind of collapsing for everywhere. Okay, enough of me bambling on. Let's go. So I'm going to take my hands are just as wide as my mat. You can take them wider or narrow if you like. I got my fingers on the diagonal towards the midline, and I'm going to extend long into my plank position. Okay, so from here I'm going to breathe in as I lower down, and then I'm going to breathe out as I push back up. Click, click, click over my arms. Breathing in to lower, and breathing out to come up. Head is staying long. Do you have any of this going on? So if you're doing it on your knees like so, legs can be like this or like this, whatever works for you. Just make sure those hips are forward on the diagonal. Breathing into lower and breathing out to come up. Breathing into lower and breathing out to come up. Just keep going with that. Same thing if you're here, you're just coming down and coming up. Coming down. In every position for this particular exercise, our elbows are going nice and wide. I'm just going to carry on doing it on my knees. We're going to go for another 3. Still clicking. Last 2. Okay, last time. I want you to come up just to halfway, holding here, drawing the belly button in, and pulsing up and down. Woo, nice. For 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just easing out of that. And again, we'll just circle through the wrists, have a bit of a stretch here, maybe the other way. And that's enough weight bearing for now, I think. I might be a bit happy about that. Okay, today we're going to do a little bit of an oblique exercise. Now this one, hip flexor, opposite hip flexor, can kick in quite a bit. So like what we do when we're doing our half curl down ab series, just have a little bit more of a bend in the leg, and I'll show you what that means. For this, there's a lot of pressure going on the knee, so if you want to fold your mat up or put something underneath there, a towel, a cushion, etc., please do. Make yourself as comfortable as possible. So this leg is out here, and this is the hip flexor that I'm meaning might bite a bit. So there is an option to sort of bring it more into this position, or even just have a little bend. I don't really mind as long as it's not compromising this bit. So this may be something you might want to do in front of a mirror as well, or have a friend be like, hey, you look really great bending over to the side. Love a bit of side flexion. So hands are going to come here behind the head, and you just want to make sure that the elbows are wide. So no elbows here. I've got the leg out here, and I'm just drawn up here. But yeah, belly button, spine, tailbone a little bit tucked under, so that I'm not leaning forward or doing anything weird like so. So I'm going to come down to this side, down, 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 down. Let the head drop as well, and then really slowly I'm going to crunch into the side, breathing out to come up. And again, breathing into lower, dropping down, and breathing out to come up. And again, breathing into lower. How far can we go down? You get that big stretch there as well. Breathing out to come up. And you just want to imagine, and this is why you need your tailbone slightly tucked, that you are between 2 panes of glass here. So that's kind of, yeah, don't lean into the glass. Right, breathing into lower and breathing out to come up. Don't worry about range. What's the most important part is using this part of your body to come up. So really slowly, 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 slowly crunch. And you want to go on a little bit of a lean to this side as well. I mean, that looks attractive, doesn't it? Good. And again, breathing in as you come down and breathing out as you crunch up. Crunch, crunch, crunch. That should also give you a bit of a stretch to the other side. Nice. We're going to go for another 2 like so. Okay, last time. I'm going to extend my arms like so. I'm going to come down. I'm going to go for a twist. Twisting around, coming back to center, and then coming up. And again, coming down. 4-part movement. Twisting, de-twisting, de-rotating, and coming up. Options with the arms, you can also hold the hands here if that works better for you. Twisting here. Just being aware of what's happening with the shoulders. Nice. Use those obliques to come up. Coming down. Twisting, good. Center and up. So whichever arm position you would like to do, go for that. Hopefully this guy isn't causing you too much grief. Okay, last time here. I'm going to just pause here. I'm going to start doing little pulses up and down. Just bobbing up and down. Really using here. I can feel this whole part. This oblique has become a little bit more, I don't know if define's the right word, but it's become a little bit more known to me right now. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now from here, I'm going to drop this hand down to the floor. Sorry, so we weren't doing more weight bearing, surprise. We're going to extend nice and long. There is an option to do this on your forearm if you want. If you really need to drop down, you can. Try and make sure this hand's under the shoulder. From here, I'm going to breathe in, crunching, breathing out, lengthening long. And again, coming in, really use this waist here, and extending. You're also using your opposite waist, breathing in and breathing out, sending it long. Imagine you're going through that peanut butter sort of resistance, coming in and out. Let's go for 5 like so. Really trying to bring the elbow towards the knee. Last 4. Make sure the head is just relaxed. Last, I don't know what number this is. Let's do 2 more. 2. Okay, last time. Coming in, holding here, and we're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming up. We should have, by the end, also hopefully felt the supporting glute kicking in, keeping you there. Love doing things that add other muscle groups. I mean, just how fantastic. Rightio, we will stretch after we've done the other set because you will again feel both sides working. So no time like the present just to kind of get into the other side. Adjust any cushions or pillows or whatever if you need to. Okay, let's do the other side. So extending, hang on, just make sure I've got enough room and everything's in view for you. So this leg's out here, abs are in. If you need to, you've got that little bend through the knee. Hands are coming here. The reason I want hands here to start with is because I really want you to just focus all in on here. And I want you to be aware that you're not doing that, not using the arms. Everything is in the core, deep in the core. Relax the shoulders. Here we go, coming down. Breathing in and then breathing out as you come up. A little bit of an extra crunch that way. Okay, coming down, breathing in and breathing out to come up. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Coming down and coming up. I can feel a bit of a stretch going on here because I am very tight down this side of my body. Excellent. You may find you've got a little bit more range on one side more than the other. That's very normal. Coming down and coming up. Good, good, good. Okay, let's just go for 4 of these. This is like the warm-up. Last 3. Remember to breathe as well. How are those shoulders? Make sure the chest is relaxed. Lots of things going on here. Last 2. Okay. Last time like so. Remember we've got those options of the arms. You can cross them or we can bring the arms up like so, but keep the shoulders down. I'm going to come over. I'm going to twist. I'm going to come back to center and then I'm coming up. And again, coming down, going for the twist, back to center. And up. Good, good, good. Coming down. Twisting. Relax those shoulders. I can really feel this side having to kind of anchor me down so I don't obviously end up falling down to the floor, which is not really what I want. Last 2. Good, good, good. Okay. Last time, going for the twist. Just holding it halfway and we're just going to pulse up and down. Really use here, lift through here, lift, use this part to lift. If you need to bend that knee, you can. There's always one leg that I feel a little bit more crampy into than the other. Let's go for 8 and 7. Oh yes, it's working. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm dropping this hand down to the floor. Okay, lifting through the bottom waist. We're bringing knee and elbow together and then extending long through the peanut butter. Coming in and coming out. Good, good, good. Coming in and coming out, extending long. Good. In and out. Let's go for 5 like so. Nice. Last 4. Lengthening long. Good, good, good. Last 3. Last 2. Okay, it'll be a hold on the last one. So last time, coming in, extending out, reaching those fingers long, lifting a little bit through the leg and holding. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then coming down. Whew. Okay, from here, let's have a little bit of a mermaid. I think we deserve it after that. So coming to your Z position with the legs. I'm just going to drop my forearm down, and I'm just going to extend all the way over here, creating this lovely long lengthened position. Letting the air drop down, feels divine. Nice and long. Going to go for a little bit of a bonus twist, imagining someone's lightly pulling those fingers, which means you should get this stretch around this shoulder, maybe through the shoulder blades, maybe just kind of going down here. Obviously targets wherever you're tightest. And then derotating, I'm coming up, and I'm just going to bring my arms in this sort of balletic position, I guess, but it doesn't have to be, just to get this lovely length through this side. And dropping the air to the floor. And then coming up. And then we'll just change the legs over to do the other side. Same thing. Coming down, extending long, trying to push this hip up to the ceiling so you get that length. Just holding here. Going for the twist. Twisting down, a bit tight on the side around my shoulder. Just let the head just sort of relax. Coming back to center, coming up, and then the same thing. Just going to go here and try and lengthen all the way down here. Goodness, this is my kind of grandma position. You know, I feel old. We all have that one side that makes us feel just a little bit tighter, and obviously teaches us where we should be stretching a little bit more, maybe. Okay, releasing out of that. Very nicely done. From here, we are going to we're going to continue with this sort of side theme going on by just coming to a side lying position, but we're going to work on inner thighs now. So if you come down to the floor, so unlike glutes, it's not the top leg we're working on, it's going to be the bottom. So the top leg is going to come forward like this, bottom leg is going to extend out, and I'm just lengthening my bottom arm so I'm nice and long here. Now really try and relax this leg. This leg does not need to do anything, it's keeping you upright, which is all it needs to do. Other than that, it's just hanging out. Relax those toes, so we should always be able to wiggle those toes, because there's not the kind of claw tension thing going on the floor. I speak very good English. Okay, lifting up through those obliques, they can still keep working, so imagine there's a little blueberry or something underneath your waist. Flexing the bottom foot, breathing in on the breath out, pushing up towards the ceiling, and then breathing in to lower. And again, breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. And I say this often when I do this exercise. You would never be in this position to lift up a box, but if you did happen to be, that's what I want you to imagine you're doing now, is you're trying to actually lift something with this leg in this position. The hip should be staying just nice and still, and I can just feel this slight contraction under my hand, which is just the obliques coming into play, which is great. Yes, obliques, good on ya, good on ya. Breathing out to come up and breathing in to lower. Let's go for another 4. Coming up and down. Last 3, lifting up and down. Last 2. Okay, last time, coming up, holding here. So little pulses up and down, so really small. Really feel the inside of the leg working. That's the part that should be doing the work. Got the abs engaged, so belly button just through to the spine if you can as well. Good, good, good. Let's go for 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding here, point the toes, circles. Now, with the circles, you really want to try and push up towards the ceiling, because that's the best part. So make sure the circles involve a little bit of up movement. Good, good, good. It should feel great. Hopefully the shoulders haven't started to get all tense. And the other direction. Let's go round and round. Ooh, hello inner thigh. I can definitely feel that working. Okay, let's go for 5 and 4, 3, 2. Last time, flex the foot, lift it up a little bit higher, and we're holding for 10, 9. If gravity's taking over, pushing up. Let's go for 5, 4, pushing up, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, good, good, good. Okay, coming in with that leg for a moment. And I'm just going to come down the other end of my mat, and you just need to turn over, or you can also come down the other end of your mat. We'll do a bit of a stretch, but again, after we've done this side, we'll just keep going with the fun for now. So coming down, I'm just going to move that microphone there because that's just an added uncomfortable challenge. Okay, so lifting through here, I've got my hand here, ready for these obliques to do their thing. Bottom foot is flexed, breathing in, and on the breath out, lifting up. Straight away I felt that waist engage, and breathing into lower, and again breathing out to lift, and breathing into lower. Good. Breathing out to lift, and breathing into lower. Nice. And one side, I find one side feels a little bit less coordinated than the other. It's kind of like, I know what I want the leg to do, but the leg might not agree. But that's what it wants to do. Let's go up and down. Good. Breathing out and breathing in. Nice. Okay, we'll go for just another 4 like so. Good, good, good. Last 3. Last 2. And then we're going to come up and we're going to just hold here. Little pulses, so tiny little movements up and down. Good, good, good. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, pushing up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding here, pointing the toe. Here go our circles. Trying to lift up with the leg and making sure this knee is just staying relaxed and the toes can be wiggled around. I think I just wiggled both sets of toes. Good, good, good. Round and round. Nice. Pushing up. And let's go other direction. Round and round. Nice. Really lifting up if you can. Good. Drawing the belly button into the spine. Excellent. Let's go for 3 and 2. Last time again, flexing the foot, holding the leg up, keep pushing it up towards the ceiling, relaxing the shoulders for 10, 9, 8, up a little bit higher, 7, 6, 5, 4, a little bit more, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. Okay, just carefully rolling onto your back. And let us just open the knees out to the side, just for a moment. Just make sure you're not arching too much through your lower back, so just keep it relaxed. Think about your neutral spine. So knees out to the side, relaxing through the hips. Good, relaxing through the chest. And just breathing there. Whew, good, good, good. Okay, let's just do a tiny little bridge set. So today's bridge set, I actually want you to have your feet right together for me. So squeezing together, knees are squeezed together as well. Starting off my neutral spine, and then straight away I'm just going to go for a little bit of a tilt of the pelvis, so my lower back flattens into the mat. I'm going to squeeze through my glutes, and I'm going to just come up. So I'm actually still working with those inner thighs because I'm keeping the knees squeezed together. I'm squeezing both my glutes as well. And then I'm just going to carefully roll all the way back down the spine as slowly and as kind of, what word do I want? Words. As in the most lengthened manner as I can. So really trying to stretch out each vertebra one at a time as I come back down to the floor. Often feel, especially like when I haven't warmed up properly, that I sort of come down on like little clumps of vertebra. And you may find that as well, especially as you get down to the bottom. Sort of a whole group that go down at one time. Lifting up. Good, good, good. Okay, we're going to do one more and then we're going to just hold our pelvis up nice and high. Holding here, I'm going to just tilt my pelvis to the right, come back to center, other side, tilt and center. So I'm trying to keep my knees still. It's all just coming from my hips, and I'm coming back up again by squeezing both the glutes, down and up and down and up. Let's squeeze those glutes, still pressing the knees together if I can, down and up and down and up. Let's go for 5 and 4 and 3 Good, good, good. 2. Okay, last time, holding here. I'm going to just extend one leg up to the ceiling, flexing the foot, and we're going to pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Holding here. I'm going to cross the leg, bit of a dip down, and then press up and lift my hips up. So I'm pointing the toe as I lower, flexing the foot as I come up, coming down and coming up, coming down and coming up. Let's go for 5 and up and 4 and up, 3, good, and 2. Okay, last time, and I'm just going to go for a little hold, pushing the hips up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, putting that foot down, still trying to keep the knees together while I adjust, and then the other side. Okay, flexed foot, and we're just pulsing up and down. Good. We're going to go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, breathing, 3, 2. Let's go for the cross. We're going to go pointing and flexing, and pointing and flexing. Good. Cross and up. Let's go. Cross and up. We're going 5. Good. And 4 and 3. You may notice flexibility isn't quite as good on one side. Okay, last time, holding up here, pushing the hips up and holding for 8, 7, squeezing this guy. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And from here, we're just going to, coming all the way down, and it feels nice. Crossing the legs over and just pulling the legs in towards you like so to get that stretch. And breathing, relaxing the shoulders on the floor. And then just crossing the legs over to do the other side, pulling the legs in. Breathing, breathing. Nice. From here, let's just take the legs into tabletop. Knees can, theme of the day, let's just keep the knees together. Hands are going to come behind the head. I'm just lifting up a little bit to start here. If you find it hard to stay neutral, remember you can press your lower back into the floor a little bit, get more of an imprint spine, just so we keep it all in the front. Breathing in, on the breath out, belly button to spine coming up, breathing into lower. If you need to, you're more than welcome to have your feet flat on the floor, and we're trying to just keep these knees stacked over the hips, so try not to have your knees in here. Not quite so effective. Breathing out, coming up, breathing into lower a few inches. Keep the elbows nice and wide so we're not using the arms at all. Breathing out to come up and breathing into lower. As you lower down, just make sure you're not puffing out the chest, so everything's staying relaxed here and engaged. Let's just go for another 4 like so. Trying to work those upper abs a little bit more. Last 3. Last 2. Last time we're going to come up, we're going to hold here, holding here, and we're just going to do little pulses for 10, 9, good, 8, just really small, think about pushing down here, 5, 4, 3, 2, holding up here, and coming up a little bit higher, draw the belly button in, good, and again coming up, good, one more time, coming up, and then carefully lowering down and just bringing those knees into the chest, and let's just do some nice circles. Circles round and round with the knees and the other way. And then I'm just going to get you to hop up, and we're just going to finish with a few cat stretches just to loosen up through the spine after holding the back still on the floor. So chin to chest, opening through the shoulder blades there. Let the head just come nice and heavy down to the floor. And then going back the other way. Good. And again up. Relax the head. And coming down. Nice. And again coming up. And coming down. Fantastic. And then just loosening that off, just having a little bit of a shake, shimmy through through the shoulder blades. Okay, so from here, we're going to bring one foot forward like so. And I want you just to have one hand either side of this front foot. We're going to tuck the back toes and we're going to lift this knee up off the floor. Cool. And from here, I want you just to come forward and back. We're trying to just lengthen out through the hip flexors. Good, good, good. Nice. Don't let the head drop down too much. And then I'm just going to wiggle my left hand into my right foot a little bit more so that I can open up through here and get that lovely rotation opening through the chest. I actually feel my supporting glute working quite hard just to keep me here. And obviously a little bit of work going through that supporting arm. Good, good, good. Now staying on this angle, can you drop the back knee down? And we're going to cross through the body and try and find this foot. The grabbing it is the hardest part in my opinion. And you're just going to pull it in towards you. Get that stretch. Don't be disheartened if you actually can't do the stretch. You can also try and grab it with the other hand. Or you can go for a standing stretch or another kind of quad stretch if you want. Also very common to get cramp as you're trying to pull the leg in with your hamstring. So let's avoid that. Squeeze your glute while you do it, that might help. Still pushing that hip flexor forward on the angle. Feeling a big stretch down the front of my thigh. Good, and then I'm just going to release that just carefully. And I'll go for a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. Just taking the leg out the front, flexing the foot, flexing the toes back. So I don't always do quite so many stretches at the end. But this is a really good combination that if you do a workout and you need to do just a whole lot of stretches in a sequence, I really recommend this sequence. So you're getting hip flexors, you're getting quads, you're getting hamstrings. We'll finish off also with a little bit of a calf stretching too. The rotation as well, which is really good, and some inner thigh. It's kind of all over really. Perfect. Okay, and again, coming forward there, placing my hands either side of this foot, trying to relax through my shoulders. Nice. Good, good, good. From here, I'm just wiggling this hand in so that I can open up to the side. Getting that chest opening, thoracic rotation. The eyes are also looking up, so it doesn't matter if you can't go all the way up, but please just angle your head in line with the hand. Good, good, good. And then from here, I'm coming down to try and grab the foot. I'm squeezing my glute. It's always harder finding one foot more than the other, I know. Coming in. Good. And really sure trying to push, can't talk, trying to push this hip flexor forward still. Get that big stretch down the front of the leg. Good. If you do need to, again, have any pillows or cushions or towels or rolled up mats under your knee for any of these stretches, remember, please go for it. You don't need to be in pain while doing them. In pain, you know, other than maybe having a little bit of discomfort from the stretch itself. Lengthening the front leg out. Flexing the toes back if you want. Relaxing the shoulders still. Good. I can feel my supporting arm kind of working to hold me up. It's always just good to be aware of what other muscles are working. Good. Okay, coming in. And I'm going to go just find my favorite squat position. Really good for the inner thighs to open out. Remember, you don't have to have your heels down, just pushing into those knees, opening up through the lower back as well, keeping the head relaxed. Then again, breathing out, pushing out, and breathing in, coming in. Let's go 2 more like this. Okay, last time. You can really stay down here as long as you like. But for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to stay down here forever. So I'm going to come forward and I'm just going to try and find my, my downward dog pyramid position, wiggling my feet back. Now I'm parallel And this is when I'm just going to walk through the feet, stretching out. Letting the head just hang nice and heavy. So again, you can walk out here for as long as you like. I actually find it more effective if my heels can't touch the floor because I've got that room to really get the extra stretch. Then I'm going to push both heels down. I'm also going to push into my hands and squeeze my shoulder blades so I really feel lovely and lengthened through both my legs and my arms. Good, good, good. And then I'm very slowly going to start to walk hands and feet together. Doesn't matter if you can't touch the floor, but let the head hang nice and heavy. Breathing in and on the breath out, slowly coming up. Push into the heels. You're coming up against your imaginary wall. Tucking the tailbone under. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Coming up. Rolling those shoulders back and down, feeling nice and open through the chest. So like I said, that's my kind of go-to favorite stretching series to do at the end of a class, or just kind of if I've done anything, maybe even gone for a big walk or sometimes go for a run. So I hope you enjoy that, and if you ever feel like at the end of class we don't do enough stretches, I'm always trying to introduce some kind of new ones. That's a good go-to sequence. But that's it for the session, so thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to having you in my class again soon.